And then we thought, oh my gosh, we should create a greeting card company. Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jewel Tolentino here. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to tell the story of our very first business venture ever. Alright, so I'm going to tell the story of how it all got started, that, we started a business and it's completely different to what we're doing now. But let's bring the story back to 2009. I believe it was 2009. I had just read the book, The Secret, and if you haven't read that book, I highly recommend it. I'll have some other videos talking about The Secret in the description below. But I had just read that book. That, in long story short, I have a whole story on this, which is a different video. Long story short, this book changed my life, and after reading it, I wanted to become an entrepreneur and create something for myself. And I shared this book with Auret, and she had the similar type feeling as well. We wanted to create something, create a business, but we didn't know what kind of business. And so one day, I think it was a weekend or something, we were at Starbucks having a couple of, I think I probably was having a caramel macchiato or something, and Auret was having some hazelnut latte. And, we were going back and forth and chatting, and, we had decided that we wanted to create a business. We were both far from the business world. We had no experience in any of that kind of stuff. We had any experience towards business. But we decided we wanted to start a business. We didn't know what. And, we were thinking and we thought, okay, what are we good at? What do we like doing? What are we good at? And, Auret and I, if you don't know, we went to high school together, and from grade 8 to 12, and that's how we became friends and then business partners. So we were thinking back, and we're like, well, what are we good at? And then, we both decided that we were both good at arts and crafts. Auret was more into crafts, and I was more good at art. I could, paint and create, stuff out of clay and sculpt and stuff. And Auret was really good at crafts and making creations out of, paper and all those different kinds of materials. Okay, so we decided that, we were good at crafts, and we were going to do something in that area. We're going back and forth. We have our drinks, our pastries, and we're just talking. And then we thought, oh my gosh, we should create a greeting card company. That would be amazing, right? So, we're really excited. We've now just decided, in this one moment, in this one meeting where, we went from nothing to wanting to do a business to now, okay, it's going to be a greeting card company. We thought this was going to be great because we could both create really different, dynamic greeting cards, not the kinds from Hallmark or in the grocery stores. We wanted ones that were unique and that were creative, and that ones that really stood out. So that's what we decided we were going to do. We quickly finished our drinks, and we decided, okay, we're going to go to Auret's dad's library, because in their home, they had a huge library of books, and there was a business section that we never touched. And we wanted to go in there and read a whole bunch of those business books and see how we can get started on making this greeting card company. So literally after we finished our drinks, we raced back to her place, went upstairs to the library, and I took down all of the business books, and there was a huge stack of them. What if it had any word with business in them? We took them down. And then we went over to Auret's room, and we started flipping through these books. So we were flipping through, and then we came to the conclusion after, doing our research and flipping through the books, that the first order of business was we needed a name. What was the name of our greeting company? What was it going to be? And Auret was really good, is still really good at coming up with names and branding and stuff like that. So that task of coming up with the name was for her. So she got some scrap piece of paper and a pen and something to write on, and she was just like doodling on the piece of paper and just started writing. And I was still going through the business books trying to figure out, how we're supposed to get started. And so, she's saying a couple of names here and there. Nothing was really sticking until, she kind of paused and she said, "Hey, what about Essetino?" And I was like, "What?" And then so she showed me that Essetino, the word, was the first part of her last name and the last part of my last name. Because her last name is Esselin and my last name is Tolentino. So you took Essa and then Tino, and then she fused them together to make this cool new word called Essetino. And then we're like, when she said that, we both got really excited. Like, I liked the way it sounded. And then we're like, okay, Essetino. And then Auret, because it was a greeting card company, added the word greetings. So it was Essetino Greetings. And that was the name of our first business. So we're like, really excited. Now this is still in the same day. This is all still happening at the same succession from the coffee shop meeting. So we've now decided, okay, our name is going to be Essetino Greetings. And Auret, with the pen and the paper, she started drawing out a logo because it said you needed a logo in the books. So she started doodling like this logo, and it was like this basic thing. It was like a handwriting thing of Essetino, and then greetings was in like block letters. The whole, like, each letter in the word greetings was in block letters. And she had a couple of different variations on the page, and it looked good to us at the time. And she went on her computer and went into Paint and made the greeting herself. She like typed it out and did like these boxes with colors, and it was so ghetto, but it was so amazing at the same time. Like, we were so excited to have this greeting card company. So that was the end of that evening. We got to that point. We started a business, okay, in the name, and then now we have a logo. So a couple days after that, we decided, okay, what kinds of greeting cards are we going to create? And we wanted to do all kinds of greeting cards. We wanted all the different kinds, all the different holidays. We wanted them to stand out. And another thing is, we wanted to be environmentally friendly. So we wanted to use recyclable products as well. So we also decided that if we were going to sell our cards, we were going to like sell them by hand, person to person. We didn't know anything about online stores or anything like that. We were just gonna like make them and sell them. So we decided that we needed demos. We needed demos of the cards in order to show people so that they could buy some of the cards. So we decided we need to make the demo cards, so we needed materials, we needed supplies. We headed over to this craft store. It's this huge craft store. It's called Michael's. And it's got everything in there, and they're not, like, things are expensive in there. And we went in there, and we started getting all the materials that we needed to make these greeting cards. Like rulers, things to cut out perfect circles, scissors, some styrofoam stuff, different colored papers, glue, glitter, like anything that we thought would look good on a greeting card, we bought. We spent like hundreds of dollars in this one trip buying like all this material. All right, so we bought all this material, and then, because we wanted to add in that environmentally sound part to our business, we decided, hey, we should make the cards out of recycled paper. We need some recycled paper to make it so that we're environmentally safe. So we didn't know how to make paper, so I went on to Google and I typed in how to make like recycled paper out of old paper. So it said that you needed to like mulch it up, soak it in like water and glue, and use some metal mesh to lay it all out. So, and then the liquid dries out, and then you have it flat. And there was like this whole process. And so we went to Home Depot, got the metal mesh, got the glue, had a bucket, and we went to Reed's basement and we started on making our own paper. And we didn't realize what making paper meant, and it was very messy and it was very dirty. And it was hard. It was actually very hard. So, you know, we're trying to make the paper, right? And put layers and stuff. It didn't turn out the way we wanted because paper, right? Paper is thin. Paper is thin, and you can definitely write on paper, right? Well, the paper we made at our first attempt was about an inch thick, and it was like hard as stone, and it was so grumbly that you could not write on it at all. Like, you, not even with a Sharpie or a felt, you would break your Sharpie or felt trying to write on this thing. It was like a stone tablet, an inch thick stone tablet. That was our first attempt at making paper. And so when it dried, you know, like, we picked up this thing and it was like heavy, and we're like, ugh, oh my gosh, this sucks. Like, I don't think that we can make paper. We both kind of like looked at each other and we're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. So from that 1 inch thick, you know, tablet, it's not a paper anymore. It's a 1 inch thick stone tablet. Right then and there, we decided, you know what? I don't think that we should do the greeting cards company anymore. So from there, it just, you know, we were on a high, got all that stuff, and then it like came crashing down. All of a sudden, we were rethinking everything, and we were like, oh, I don't think that this is gonna work out. I don't think we can do this. It just, the fire just like evaporated. That's pretty much how it all started. It just, it all started from the book The Secret, and then, you know, us at that Starbucks just chatting away and then looking at the books. And as you can still tell, we kept the name Essetino, but we dropped the greetings, and we're now at Essetino Artists. So it's still, in some form, still alive after all these years from 2009. We're just not a greeting cards company anymore. And you know, after that, after the fail of the greeting cards company, we went on to do a bunch of different kinds of businesses, where it eventually led to now, to you right now watching this video. So I hope you've enjoyed the story of our very first business venture. You know, like, looking back at it, it's funny, but at the same time, you know, it was really special because that got the whole thing going. And you know, we weren't afraid to just start. Like, we didn't need any like business proposal or anything. Like, we just said we want to be a greeting cards company, and then we were, and then we went and bought the stuff, and like eventually I sold all the materials because we didn't use a lot of it. But you know, like, we just dove in, you know, not being scared, and it's super excited, and we went for it, and we realized, oh, maybe we don't really like it. So, you know, it didn't pan out. But, you know, if we didn't start that back then, I might not be here right now. So, you know, if you're scared to start something, just do it. You know, it might lead to something down the future. And honestly, like, it's 2017 right now. If we didn't have that conversation and start it up, we would not have Essetino Artists right now. We would not be on here talking to you guys right now. So I hope you've enjoyed the story time for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Back from the dead.